PARIVISION. We're going to see what goes on in terms of the wins, right? Well, Spirit, they've been winning everything so far, Fogged. Yeah. Are they going to get tripped up today by PARIVISION?
And the question really is a first pick Satanic Morphling going to be able to do it? They've had so many picks to be able to prepare for it. A PARIVISION's draft, it looks strong. Tidehunter, a hero that's not picked too often, but versus Morph used to be a traditional. Miposhka, the heals, is it enough? He's alive.
He's going to live. And they might be able to get a first blood themselves, so they turn towards 9 class. 9 class.
He's gonna live.
He's gonna live.
Oh, back and forth we go.
Surely someone's not gonna live. Okay, maybe try for DM.
Body blocks.
Alec. Shield crash.
DM. He lives too.
Bill, nobody's dying.
Nobody's dying. Miposhka.
Not gonna die. They'll get him now. Finally, Crystallis gets the first blood.
What the hell is going on? Satanic? Oh. I mean, they still give you another kill.
They can definitely still mess with him with the 3 of them here. He's going to opt to TP over to the tower.
All right, an interesting start to it all. 9 wand charges on the Morphling to start the lane. I don't think I've ever seen someone start with 9 wand charges. That's very fun. The post cup.
Oh.
He'll be fine.
He's got to heal back up.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Just going to take that harassment. That means Satanic's going to be able to get a couple free CS. Okay, so the Tidehunter pick versus the Morphling. We used to see this quite a bit because you can play in the face of the Morph. You get the Anchor Smash in the later stages. It can be effective. And overall, I think they wanted to have this huge team fight on the side of PARIVISION. They love to have this in their drafts, where they just have huge wombo combo. It is absolutely there. Earth Spirit, Tide, Monkey King, and then they have ways to drag them back into those spells that the panel was talking about. So very interesting. And Spirit, they've gone for a bit of a different approach where they open with 2 of their cores right off the bat. And they do give Crystallis his Monkey King, one of his best heroes, and it's the Pango lane versus that Monkey. So we'll see how Malik in particular ends up doing up there, because that feels like a tough one.
Yeah, this mid, what did you make of this here? You know, these 2 top mid players bringing in the classics, this sort of spirits that we're seeing all the time. Dawn versus Earth here.
The thing is, things got weird though, because both heroes have 0 mana when they get to the lane, because they use like 5 static remnants and 4 kicks in
bottom.
So, but Boska,
is he gonna live? He will. I'll try and turn towards 9 class. 9 class is pretty low.
This is a really fun start to everything here. So Satanic overall in this lane, he should still be able to farm very nice as that Morphling, even though the Tide is going to be able to get stuff because he's very tanky and he's got this Anchor Smash versus him. This isn't a lane where Satanic should die, unless he literally just feeds.
Because you just constantly have loads of 1 charges, right?
Yeah, from both of them, right? Yeah. I don't know if 9 class will actually go for sticky or not, but this is not a lane where he should get taken out. So other things about itemization that they can go for is the Tidehunter can even go for Shard in this game. I know they were talking about how maybe there could be some disables that are not the best to catch maybe this Morph and Storm in some occasions. The Shard is very good versus both of them. Morph can kill it. He's one of the ones that, of course, has that fast attack speed to be able to bring it down, but at some points, it can't trip him up.
So far, mid CS is pretty even. I mean,
but look at 9 class. He's actually potentially going to go for a kill here on Laurel.
Yeah, no one with the body blocks. And Laurel, he's going to need some TP backup to come in, but even if that's there, getting him out might be difficult, as indeed Laurel will go down. Nothing to be done by Miposhka to try and help him out. Can't save him.
They get the courier on the retreat there, but 9 class, he's able to secure the double rune potentially also for the Earth Spirit. So not only getting the kill, but no one's going to be able to roll bottom and get that water rune. So a very heads-up play coming out from 9 class, because he knows his Tidehunter is not going to die, right? Tide is in a fine position. He can leave him alone in a lot of different situations here. Very heads-up move, and no one the one to call for it. He's like, yo, look how low Laurel is. He walked on the river. So these lanes, overall, I would say PARIVISION should have a good advantage coming out of them. Even though Satanic is going to have free farm, they should have an advantage in the mid lane off of that kill, and an advantage in top because it's that Monkey King versus the Pango matchup.
Yeah, top is definitely going to get harder and harder for Malik to step up into.
That's a bit interesting to see that Rue actually skills Mana Drain. Just that he puts the point in immediately, because you usually want to have the double disables when you're playing versus Monkey King if you're playing this melee hero. Interesting to point that out, small things. I mean, this top lane is probably one of the hardest ones, it feels like, actually to play versus in this current meta if you are playing one of these melees that struggles versus Monkey King. Pugna 2 just dominates most of these lanes. So Rue, he's going to try his best just to attempt to secure some of Malik's CS here, but it's going to be a slow start for the Pango.
I mean, what's the plan? Can you start pulling the wave? Dragging it around?
Lion, not really the best one to do so is the problem. Maybe they'll have Malik do it once he gets boots, but yeah, it's going to be a sacked lane for them up top. And if Rue ever leaves this lane, that's where Malik can just quickly get brought down. So Rue, I feel like he actually has to stay up here. He'll get a side pull, so we'll reset the lane positioning to help Malik a bit. Yeah, it's going to be a hot start for those.
Yeah, and I guess the question is overall if you feel that Team Spirit will be able to kind of keep the game going 4 versus 5 whilst Satanic's in that period where as the Morph, he is not going to want to get involved, at least until he gets kind of that second item done. Like, how hard is that going to be for Spirit to hold the game open as 4 versus 5?
It does feel quite difficult for sure. Monkey King or Spirit, these two heroes, we've seen what they can do in the early game. They're probably 2 of the strongest in the first 10 to 15 minutes in terms of how much they can move around the map, just naturally with their toolkit that they can put the pressure on these lanes. So could be difficult. But Satanic, you know, he's had these very explosive Morphling games, but this is one of those where they opened up with it. It would be quite a statement if they're able to actually win it when he does just open with that first pick. So
sure, because overall, is when you do look at PARIVISION's lineup, you say to yourself, yeah, this is not a bad way to go when it comes to drafting against a team that's done a first pick morph.
No, sure, you can look and they'll be like, yeah, they'll be on a timer eventually. Sure, they don't want to take this to like the 60-minute mark, but they're going to be the ones dictating pace at all times in Laurel.
They're finding pre-level 6, keep the Magnetize going. They will be able to stop the roll forward.
But too much damage.
But it won't save Lal indeed. The Magnetize continues. And they're able to punish a pre-6. Aim to be set up top. They get the chance to punish Malik, already of course having a rough lane.
The second rule
Now they kill him.
Yep. As soon as the Lion makes a move, you can tell that there's going to be that type of move from PARIVISION, and they're going to double secure the runes as well. But Poshka actually takes it away, standing toe-to-toe versus no one. He'll put some pressure on him as well, but won't be able to go for a kill. As yeah, we see top. Malik, guess he maybe used one of the spells to secure a creep, and instantly they just make the aggressive move onto him.
Yeah, both on cooldown.
Yep. Yeah, DM can be left alone in that 1v1 versus the Morphling. Sure, it's not absolute free farm on this Tidehunter, but yeah, like you said, he's not going to be brought down in top.
Coming in with the TPs, but this time he's got a swashbuckle Malik.
He's in trouble here. Does he have backup of his team?
He's got the stun from Rue.
Nice knockback from 9 class again.
I mean, Lal's turned up. He's going to get caught by the Boundless. Ducalis, he will die. And PARIVISION, yeah, already got what they came for. They don't mind losing a support here.
He'll have stacks on Laurel too to go back to after his lane's been a bit rough. He got a lot of attention onto him as Miposhka's also potentially going for this steal here. Does anyone have a TP?
No, he's going to get it.
Looks like he is. Is there a TP? No, there's none.
And there's no way to stop him from... well, okay, he doesn't have a TP on himself, actually.
So Pugna's going to connect over. Can they kill? Do they have a blood grenade on the Pugna? No, they shouldn't be able. I'd be shocked if they kill Miposhka.
Just getting through that level 2 heal is pretty unlikely.
Yeah, not happening with these two. There's going to be a Batrider connecting. Maybe with the Batrider. It's Satanic now turning onto Ducalis. They'll get the kill themselves. Rotating no one. All right, with no one in 9 class, they should have Miposhka at the least. Satanic.
They're going to start playing around with him. He's going to have waveform back up in a second, Satanic. He's got plenty of strength to play with, but the Magnetize is there.
They should have him.
And the strength is not going to be enough for him. They're able to burst it down still and get the second kill. 9 class with the double.
Good rotations. Very early aggression, as PARIVISION wants to play with this draft, and waiting to see what the queue up is from Crystallis. I imagine it's going to be Diffuse this game since he's playing versus Storm in the Morphling. I was talking about yesterday how I saw like the Maelstrom build, especially from Noan in that last game, and it just felt too greedy in almost all scenarios. I feel like Diffusal just is better in almost every single one of them. Not only just because of your Wukongs, but also it gives you solo kill potential. Like, you find a support, you Diffusal them, hit them 3 times, bam, they're probably just dead. So overall in most games, I think that Diffusal is just much better. As bottom, they're getting more and more aggressive.
They're in on top of him. They get the Boundless strike down. Satanic's trying to get out of the Wukong's command. The Ravage will catch him. They're trying to bail him out and save him here. Team Spirit with the TPs, but Satanic, he'll go down once again. They'll lose Rue, and they'll almost certainly lose Malik as well, unless he's able to get through this twin gate in time. Have they got anything to stop it? Roll forward.
It catches
They'll
him.
catch him. They get the 3 of them.
Well, this game is going to accelerate quick.
Oh, it is. PARIVISION. I mean, they're speeding things up, and if this continues, you know, Spirit, I don't think they'll be first picking.
And not picking a Pango as well, too, and leaving the Monkey King, right? Like, giving Crystallis his Monkey King in one of these dream matchups versus kind of all 3 cores in a way. Right, 9 class, he's going to start throwing those tips out.
Well, that's true. The tip's coming out.
They're going to be so confident with the way that the early aggression's happening. Miposhka, he shows top. He's a free kill.
Dead.
Holy moly, how fast. Going 2 to 11.
Oh.
And early game, talking about the draft more of Spirit,
Yep.
I think most of their damage, pretty much all their damage is going to come from the Storm Spirit this game, because Malik's lane is so hard as this Pangolier, and the other ones just don't really contribute that much early on. So, PARIVISION dictating the pace beautifully there, taking an early tower. Top 2 net worth, Tidehunter also in a good spot, and their supports are massive. 9class in particular, he's going to have a blink in one of the earliest ones I think we might see on these bats. It's 1,500 gold already on him. See how Spirit looks to slow things down here, because they are quite behind already at this first 10 minutes. A 4K lead. No one already has a Blade. Super farmed Earth Spirit. And he's been given protection for every single one of these runes. Sure, we show Miposhka deny away that regen rune in particular, but no one. He's ready to dive forward. Do they have Rolling Thunder yet? Not quite yet, even online for Malik. That feels like the only way for Spirit. Once they've got the 6 on the Pango, they can start to look to fight back a bit versus PARIVISION, but without that Pango 6, it feels like suicide for them to go forward. As both supports also take towers very fast on the side of PARIVISION. Didn't point this out, but 9class, he did go for Arsonist this game. So on top of having Pugnablast, these sticky napalms are going to bring these towers down super quick to continue this aggression. This tower's dead.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And that's the Diffusal Blade finished up also for Crystallis. These timings are so fast, Owen. He's got the Diffusal pretty much as Malik has just hit 6 on the Pango.
Yeah.
Treads Corrosion
It's
Diffusal.
a really slow game for Malik.
Yeah, and the Corrosion also super valuable since he's playing versus the Morphling, even versus the Enchantress. You gave Crystallis his literal best hero, right?
In a great matchup.
In a great matchup. So let's see, look how they try to slow things down a bit here. Rue's still not quite level 6. They want to get that Lion Burst at the least to be able to try to set something up. But so far, PARIVISION feels like they can make any move on the map at the moment, especially behind no one. He's got a point in silence now too to potentially gank the Storm in the Morph.
Dire are scanning.
PARIVISION. Now that someone's here in the jungle, if anything, this is just giving the information for Crystallis to not play too crazy around the tower.
Yeah, he's just playing. He's just kidding. Killing the medium camp, killing the creeps that come into his tower. Now he's going to start inching forward a little, perhaps, but now he's going to wait for the cramp to respawn.
Yeah, he's just playing careful whilst they're off the map. Doesn't want to give Spirit the chance to get back into the game with a big pick-off.
Rue has hit 6 now, so they've got Finger online on top of the Rolling Thunder. See if they can find a core kill to attempt to slow down this progression.
They really want this Monkey King.
They gotta find one of them, it feels like. Satanic is getting some space to farm, so is Laurel. They definitely want to try to get this kill to slow down the Monkey King, because he is quite massive right now.
Smoke time for PARIVISION.
That's a blink done on the Bat Rider. It's 12 minutes in, Owen.
Things could speed up even more now.
Oh yeah, and they're coming top. Does Spirit have to bail out of here pretty soon? Crystal's just playing very careful, very cautious the way he's just hiding himself in the tree line there. Miposhka, can he get out of this one? They're even throwing, okay, he's dead. That in a situation where Enchantress can live. Way too much physical burst.
They can look to take this tier 1 tower if they want. I mean, they're starting to move into the triangle of Spirit, PARIVISION.
Oh, and these timings are going to come so fast. No one almost has BKB on top of the Blade Mail. He's already got 2 components, and he's looking to go forward there. They see a stack. They can clear this one out on the side of PARIVISION. Even a kickback.
That's a good kickback into the
beautiful
silence.
one.
He's going to let them step up and get the lasso.
Oh, that
what
was
a setup
insane.
there from no one.
And he's perfectly fine. There's no way they can touch him, especially with the shield rune. He can just stand and watch them. I mean, with shield rune, there's no way to kill him. I think he can even just walk and taunt them under tier 2s.
Oh, he's going in. I mean, DM's there.
Deleted. Oh, and this game is out of control.
That's crazy.
No one is just completely dominating.
Yeah.
Making a statement. You know, yesterday he did have a pretty explosive performance on the Earthcrit. They
this
ended up
is the
losing
thing.
that game.
Well, I was going to say, that's the thing, right? We did have this sort of PARIVISION, maybe not at this level coming out in the series yesterday, but it was still a very dominant early game that they did let slip away from them.
They did, but this time around they have more of, like, I would say Crystallis on more of his comfort, because he was playing, I believe, the Bristleback in that game, if I remember correctly. Or which one was it?
I can't remember now. No, was that Maybe, I don't know.
I can't remember which tower it was. I actually don't remember which one it was.
Either way, they didn't close it 40 minutes in, and then there was a gyro rapier.
But they were versus a Magnus as well, too, as they should find no one this time around, playing too aggressive in the river. That river spot that everyone always ends up dying in, so a great kill, and Laurel does get the pickup. One kill to finally slow down some of that momentum. And that was before he gets the BKB, right? So very good timing for them to get it after that shield rune wears off. DM. He still is just queuing up the auras. His top.
Crystallis.
Try for Miposhka again.
He loves to do these Wukong setups onto Miposhka, but this time Miposhka's got the answer.
A little over aggressive. That's big. Wukong being used. Them able to disengage. Pretty solid. So DM, I'm wondering if he does accelerate to get a shard or not in his lineup. He's got the pipe and the Vlad's queued up, but it does feel like such a value shard game, especially with them having this type of aggressive lead. I think the shard could be very valuable if he wants to versus all 3 cores. But we'll see if he gets it.
Very hard to sort of push DM away right now. He can just step into the triangle like this.
Crystallis.
So they can fine with the smoke. Obviously, Satanic would be the big catch.
Especially if it's right before he gets the Manta. That would be huge if no one gets him here.
Senses he's down here, but the scan's been hit, so Satanic knows they're hunting for him. He'll TP out.
Great read. Mid tower starting to get poked. Pugna blasts from the side, down to about half HP. 3 to 14. PARIVISION. Continuing to control most of the map. You can see how they're controlling especially the farm of the side on Spirit's map, on Spirit's side, but Spirit is playing on the top side. They're drawing the lines though. You see 9 class at least very aware of the positioning right now of where the Spirit heroes are farming. Looks like they're just going to go for tower pressure themselves. As we said, the 2 supports, they take towers fast. So if you forget about your towers even for a second there, they will be able to grab him as Miposhka. This time he should have.
Yeah, this time he's not getting out. That's tier 2 on the bottom, taking a beating here from Ducalis to DM. Spirit just hoping that by just getting the farm up on their Storm, on their Morph, that they will get to a point where they'll be able to turn up and slow down PARIVISION.
It's going to be very slow though. Malik, he's had to take the complete back foot, has to be this sacrifice since he's got a Storm and a Morph on his lineup. He's just going for the Blink route. He's got it finished. Smoke up from PARIVISION, Arcane Rune on no one, and he's got the BKB.
Well, they're going straight for them, PARIVISION.
He's got the Blink, as we said on the battle. The lasso's at the ready.
Are they ready for this?
Exceptional.
Excuse me. Oh, Laurel.
Again, immediately no one. Let's set up with the silence to get the lasso into the boundless strike. Lyle's gone.
And Rue, very likely to go down here as well.
Yeah, no way out for him.
Finding the perfect grabs. Satanic is getting farmed, but they're slowing down Laurel again. That's Malik.
He's got to roll. Get away from this.
Is he gonna actually try?
Oh, he's whoa.
He's going for Ducalis. It's a bit crazy here.
Yeah, he can't get a kill here.
And he might have just put himself in a position to die.
I mean, the silence is in for no one. No one's still got the rest of that Arcane Rune going. He's laying this down with the Magnetized. And Dean Malik will get a shield crash and a swashbuckle off, but he will not live. Crystallis at the same time kills off Miposhka.
Kills everywhere. Satanic, he'll try to turn for 9 class. Oh, it's 8 HP.
9 class is gonna live.
Gets himself onto the low ground for the last attack. Oh, and there's triple salve that's gonna be passed over him too as well. So 9 class doesn't even have to go back if he doesn't want to. I mean, crazy aggression as we see.
Yeah, and they're trying to do something in return. I mean, Malik obviously had the option to just roll away.
Yeah.
But tried to stick around, ends up getting stuck, and then it's all a bit too awkward.
I mean, like, I'm surprised he actually tries to go for this Pugna, because it's not a squishy Pugna either. The hero just has ways to play around that Rolling Thunder nowadays. You can either decrep yourself, or you can just life drain if you even get a fraction of a second to go for it. And look at Ducalis' build. You don't see this too often, but a Ghost Scepter on the Pugna. So he's wanting to
save himself, save someone else.
He wants to save the decrep for somebody else.
Yep.
Exactly. So very cool kind of approaches. Now another tier 2. They're looking to pressure.
That's a full pipe now. So now is when you might see the shard being picked up.
I actually was fine with him getting the shard before this, but he's going to queue it up right afterwards. As they have such a huge advantage. BKB now also for the Monkey King, so both of those main cores do have their defensive capability on top of DM having this aura. And there's just not really much damage on the side of Team Spirit, especially now into this. Laurel.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're gonna try. They gotta chain stun this perfectly.
Right, everything down onto the Earth Spirit so they can get no one. They burst him low. They got him with a Hex. They'll take him out.
Nice play.
Satanic's ready to turn up as well to see if they can get some more out of this.
Collis actually gets himself up here.
So with the stun, I mean, should have the burst, but
He's his Ghost Scepter.
Satanic trying to pick his target. Looking towards DM. DM incredibly tanky.
Wukong's being pumped.
Chrysalis is here, so Team Spirit, they get a good jump and a good kill. They can't get anything else.
They're executing the chain stun pretty nicely there, right? If there's any little type of... very dead. If there's any type of stop on the chain stun, they actually end up not getting that kill onto no one. So it's very nice that they're able to at least get that type of kill in the deficit that they're at.
It's a little bit of something.
It's a little something, yeah.
And again, Satanic's farm, it's still good. You know, the Morphling is not in a bad spot.
Laurel.
He's gone in on this. Trying to get 9 class, we'll get it.
Will. Good kills. Good pickups when they're this far behind. Just seizing opportunities as soon as they split up.
And Christus wants to chase because Lal's so low on mana, but Lal just enough to get away from the Monkey King.
Malik will be able to play himself out of this one, Brew.
Oh no.
He was thinking about it.
He definitely was thinking about diving the high ground there.
Not bad, all things considered.
They're holding on.
Holding on.
They are holding on.
Kills, allowing Satanic to almost get to that top net worth spot with all this downtime, as he will also be able to find himself a Tormentor. Still need a lot more time. This Morphling's not in that bad of a position with how much pressure that they've been able to put. Does DM have the shard now? I believe he does, right? Yeah, so even more answers.
Brew. Set up on the mid.
Able to get it.
Scanning.
And Tukalis this time is in a position to maybe save no one. Because that's also been the case, right?
Yeah, he's been a little too far.
He's been a little too far away, and a couple of these times it's been like very close to them even barely finishing no one off. If they have Tukalis there, it's likely they just don't get that kill.
I can turn towards the top lane, take the tier 2.
Continue to try to control the game. Control the map. Roche is up for them as well too if they do want to go for some type of swing play toward the bottom lane and get kills into a Roche.
Spirit might be able to sneak the Roche.
They're making their way down already. I think they're probably expecting the way that Spirit is positioning themselves that the fight is going to go down here.
So Spirit's ready to tackle a fight head on.
He used the Manta. It's on cooldown for 25 seconds.
BKB on Storm, Lal. Malik's leading the way.
See if they can find the back line. No one again. They see him for a split second.
Falling Thunder comes in from Malik.
Trying to cut the trees.
He's in. But they're opening on towards 9 class. There's the follow-up from Lal. Straight away they go for the bat. 9 class. He's gone.
Huge damage. That Storm Shard.
The silence from Malik, but they're off the mark with the slow. The stun also not going to connect. Malik gets the chance to jump back to the high ground with the swashbuckler. They turn and burst.
They get the Pugna.
The Ravage will come off. But is it going to be enough to allow PARIVISION to secure this fight? The Magnetize is bringing them low. Gets the silence here. No one popped the BKB. He's considering diving past the tier 3s here as Team Spirit have to back up with this Magnetize persisting. Malik will get to the fountain just in time. They'll be able to survive through it. It's a lot of damage, but not enough to quite kill them.
It's a 2-for-1 for Spirit. That's pretty damn good in the position they're in. They're able to get these big jumps. Some spells being whiffed there from PARIVISION. The Boundless Strike catches nobody. That's a lot of ultis used.
It's a little bit of shakiness, and as I said,
definitely.
We saw PARIVISION with an explosive start yesterday, but they did let it slip away from them.
They can't be missing some of these spells, and now with these ults on cooldown, does Spirit look to punish? They're going to attempt to. They're smoking up. Laurel has the BKB still at the ready. There's no Ravage for 90 seconds. There is a Wukong's. That's the one that they do have to be afraid of, but no Magnetize and no Ravage at the moment.
So does he want to make this jump now?
Dire are scanning.
Getting the wraparounds here, Spirit.
They don't want to go on DM.
I know that PARIVISION's up on this high ground.
Yeah, they have to see the two. They have to see one of the two supports at least. They want to know either where the Pugna is or the Bat is. Because if they don't see one of them, either they get jumped with the lasso, they get initiated on, or the Pugna's just going to save his buddies. This is heads up, making the move bottom. Do they have time to finish the rush? I think they will. They can kill it in 50 seconds. Does Malik have a TP as well? He doesn't for 3 seconds, but he can make his way down. Yeah, they're going to kill this. This is heads up from Spirit. And Satanic has now claimed the top net where to spot on.
I mean, he's kind of doing it, Satanic.
Kind of doing it.
This sort of lead that's very much stagnated for PARIVISION. One bad team fight.
Yeah, I feel like this Morphling
and then you can see the game being very much in an uh-oh sort of position for PARIVISION.
And now he's got an Aegis, right? So he's got that one, you know, Satanic can make that one little slip up now in this next scenario and still have that bailout. I feel like we're not quite yet at the 50-50% mark, but it's feeling like we're almost there where Spirit is in a pretty comfortable spot.
It's like if PARIVISION can take a big fight, then they're probably getting barracks. But if they lose a big fight,
then they're probably just going to lose the game.
They're probably not getting barracks for a long time, if at all. This is very much getting to that tipping point of the game. PARIVISION, they got this great lead, but they slowed down. Team Spirit able to make time and space for Satanic to get to where he is.
And he's the one that's the specialty one, right? He's one of those Morphling players that we've talked about multiple times where he's made it work. Had some other players definitely have difficulties, but this is one of them that's very strong. I mean, there definitely is other things to factor in, right? There still is this Anchor Smash, which is very strong versus him, as he does take the talent as well. On DM, he takes the 15 one that reduces the damage. So they do have solutions, at least versus that single hard carry that is on the Morphling at this point. So
Dire's bottom tower is
they still do have at least one type of bailout, as if DM can sit on the Morph and just keep Anchor Smashing him, he literally hits for 0. It reduces you to pretty much nothing.
Tower has fallen.
Malik does get spotted. Amp damage on no one.
Under attack.
He's got a Shiva's.
Are fortified.
They can probably get their push going again. They're going to also look up for kills on the side here with Crystal.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Gem is in the area.
Radiant's top tower
Spirit
is
will back
under
away.
attack.
Not getting caught from the movements.
No one trying to find them, but
they're just getting away like multiple times, it feels like.
It's been a really nice mid-game here from Spirit and how they've slowed things down and just really started to make this game very difficult for PARIVISION to sort of make the call on what to do next.
I mean, like you said, it's those tense moments. It really does feel like the tensest kind of moment in this game for PARIVISION. They can't slip up too much more. As we do see, Malik, he's going for... he has to do this because he's completely sacked as this offlaner, but he's queuing up the Nullifier. So going for that debuff to remove from the Decrep in particular, or just focus fire the Monkey King. That'll be cool. I think that'll be the first time I see a Pango going for a Nullifier. Laurel, they've got the grab.
It's the last of the setup. Into the Boundless. Look at the BKB and the bull lining off. He might just escape. He goes for the zip TP. He's out.
30 HP. Ends up being able to survive. Split second. No one will be able to find Rue in the back line. But Laurel, he does get himself away, but no BKB upcoming. A DM, and he can do this. He can play like this versus Satanic. You see those crits, they're pretty pathetic. 190 crit. One of the lower ones you'll see. DM, just if you get that anchor, it really does completely shut down the Morph's damage. And they do see Satanic up far forward with no BKB.
Trying to get the jump on him. In with the Boundless, but he's already started to shift into the strength. He's got Malik watching from the side, ready to help out, waveform away. PARIVISION, they've got anything else to close the gap. They still have to Ravage if they feel it's good to drop, but into the Aegis, it's not very appealing, and now the backup comes in from Lal. They'll drop the Ravage now, onto the 3, the Boundless down onto Lal. Lal this time will fall, not able to zip away, and no one, he's ready to dive in, wants to try and get the Aegis out of Satanic, gets the kickback. They should be able to get the Aegis. They're going for a second attempt on him. I mean, are they going to try? The Hex is already out onto the Monkey King. They're going to try. They can do it a second time round. They're in on top of it with the silence. He's able to mount to the side, but they've got caught with the leash. He's able to wait for away just in time, but he's ticking out. The Magnetize continues to get him and will get him just before he can crawl back to the fountain. PARIVISION.
They get the big
kills. They found the fight.
They found the kills. I mean, Laurel, he hand delivers himself. He jumps in. I don't think he expected maybe the Ravage to catch him, but immediately gets caught from it. That's the kills they needed to accelerate
And
things
there
back
we
into
go.
a good spot. Massive kills, and now they can start poking. It's 70, well, it was 70 seconds, no more. It's 50. They should be able to get a Rax off this.
It was building up for them to have a solid chance to turn this Spirit, but that fight right there
Radiant's top tower
very much
is
puts
under
this win
attack.
back on the table big time for PARIVISION as they're back on with the momentum that they were looking for earlier into the base.
And yeah, they should be able to finish off this Rax at least. 25 seconds, no Morphling. Laurel.
I think the last one, they want to try and turn it into more. Malik's going to come in with the Rolling Thunder. They're trying to fight this without Satanic. They'll get the kill against 9 class. The stun connected with the Valanus straight away. Chrysalis is in deep with the Wukongs. They've got to run, but Miposhka, he's
Huge damage.
barely struggling to get around this Wukongs. He cannot get away. Malik, he'll roll up, but they're in with the physical damage. He's out. It's PARIVISION, 11k up. They take the top set of barracks, and they're ready to move over to the mid.
They maybe can actually continue because they just used Rolling Thunder before their Morphling was alive. They actually tried to go for
They
this
went
fight
all in on
before
that fight.
Satanic's up.
They needed to let that Rax go, folks.
Yep, they tried to take a fight without him, and now they're going to lose a secondary, maybe even a third set.
They're
PARIVISION.
crumbling after such sort of a carefully calculated build-up in that mid-game to get back up to the pace of PARIVISION. They let it all slip away like that, folks.
Very quickly. And PARIVISION also, the itemization is perfect from them. They've got the Shivas on the Earth Spirit, the Scotty on the Monkey King, so Satanic also, the heal reduction, it's all starting to add up. Now they're in a very comfortable spot that even if they slip up 2 or 3 times, they should be okay.
Get themselves a pretty big cushion to fall back on.
Yep.
With this sort of lead, and yeah, just all down to how well they committed and played that fight. You know, not holding back at all, even though it was in such an area and period of the game that a wrong move from PARIVISION would have cost them big time. They went all in on that play, and it paid off massively.
Yeah, they're huge now, and they've got all these heal negation items. I believe a Hex almost finished up for DM2, and 2 sets that are going to be constantly forced into the side of Spirit. Now Satanic really has his work cut out for him. He needs quite a bit more time to be able to match this because they have all these ways to answer him, and as we said, they're going to get even more because he really is the only problem now is Laurel. He shows up and just dies in an instant. He has to be careful without BKB.
Yep.
No one. Full Octarine. Had 2 slip-ups this game, but afterwards now, been clean. And yeah, as you said, they have this blanket, this pillow coverage of 16,000 net worth, all these extra items as Satanic. He's the only threat, and they have so many answers for him after that.
Standing up to start working on the bottom now that their ults are back up. PARIVISION, DM ready with the Ravage.
Everything's at the ready. Satanic is showing himself bottom too, so they know there's no threat anywhere on any of these side lanes. As no one will be able to find another arcane rune. He's found himself the Paladin sword. Yeah, he's huge. Malik now does have this nullifier, but this is a pretty sad inventory for our Pango. They did throw him to the wolves this game. But I don't think I've ever seen this build before. It looks funny.
Radiant are scanning.
And Laurel too, after those deaths, being slowed down massively. He doesn't have any extra progression. He's queuing up the Revenant's Brooch, but that's a pipe dream.
Yeah, they're trying to dream big.
Yep.
To get there, it's going to have to take some massive error from PARIVISION.
Yeah, now it's going to have to take at least 2 or 3 throws, it feels like, from PARIVISION after they get that huge connection. Spirit's going to smoke to try to catch him off guard here, but all of PARIVISION in the area. Brosh. Bit of a short spawn. 50 more seconds.
Well, here we have it. Smoke on smoke. The scan's been hit. PARIVISION know exactly where Team Spirit are.
There's a full Hex on DM.
No one's hit. Straight away look with the balance to be able to burst through the line. Rue's gone. Buyback available on him. Now they turn towards the second support. They get the kickback on Miposhka. Malik, he has to roll up and get away. He's stuck for a moment. BKB's out for no one. They're in on Satanic. Satanic himself has to BKB, get out of the Wukong's command. They're trying to chase Malik here, post Rolling Thunder, and they'll get him with a boundless strike. They'll take him out. TP out just in time from Miposhka. Will save him.
That's the Rolling Thunder used, though, and the BKB from Satanic. I mean, how do they contest the last push now?
They're bringing the push in, and they've still got their spells ready. PARIVISION, the Ravage, it's still there for this high ground siege.
So is the Magnetize from no one. Satanic with no BKB. They could just jump him. 9 class will try. Get out of range there. That's the final attempt from Spirit to hold.
What have they got? Satanic, caught by the ban list, DM's in. As this is going to be easily for them, they just completely control the Morphling. He'll buy back, but Lyle has the BKB zip back to the fountain. He nearly does to the magnetize. DM just battling on forward. They roll forward on towards Rue. Rue's gone. They're running out of buybacks, and the boundless catches Satanic. GG is called. PARIVISION take game 1.
Tiny little slip up there. Spirit, they get the Roche, they get this Aegis, but afterwards they give up massive kills in PARIVISION.
Yep.
Exactly, back to business.
This is going to feel good for all the other 9 heroes, but there's one hero that's coming in new. It's a Necrophos folk.
What do you mean 9? There's 2 heroes that are new. Jakiro's not played either.
Sure, I guess, yeah, but less exciting, you know?
Sure.
Jakiro we see here and there. In the
yeah, you're not a support. You're not a support player, then.
Ain't nobody playing Necrophos.
But DM is playing it in his pubs.
He is, and he's got a lot of games on it. I checked his profile.
Recently, yes, but not in the last few days.
Sure, but all time, he's got 292 games on it. He's played a lot of Necrophos, and his build is
Blade
always
Mail,
Blade Mail into Pipe. If he needs to dispel, he'll go Blade Mail into Yules or Lotus.
I'd imagine this one looks like a very good Vessel game, so I think that's going to be this game, because he's playing versus...
He very rarely buys Vessel.
He's versus Timber Bristle.
I will see.
I mean, he's got Urn already queued up. He just queued it up.
Okay, yeah. In one of the games in the last month, he went Vessel.
It feels very value this game versus, honestly, I mean, not all 3 cores, but it's not terrible, even versus like Pango in some situations, but absolutely versus Timber and versus Bristle. And you know what? This hero, it's very volatile.
Yeah, what do you think of the hero?
If Bristle is this popular right now, surely Necro has to be playable, right? You have Ghost Shroud. You have ways to play around. You have a way to just chunk him from pretty much full HP, so... It used to be a traditional counter versus the Bristleback. Sure, the hero just has its weaknesses, and Bristle's just godly now because it's not just about this type of, playing with quills or whatever. You're also doing ridiculous right-click damage. But this does look good. It looks good for DM, and it fits their lineup. It was sad to see that 9 class actually did not do Drinking Buddies this time around, because I think we were looking at this lineup and we were like, oh, Drinking Buddies with Dragon Knight and with Chen again. We saw this earlier today. Either way, he's got Tag Team, which is probably just better for the lane like we were mentioning. And talking about the lane, Satanic, he's just dead.
Oh, there we go. First blood for DM. Necrophos OP confirmed.
Yep, and that's why you go Tag Team. Drinking Buddies has played more for the game, Tag Team played for the lane, and they're looking to destroy this lane. That's why they went for this Necrophos pick. And I know they were discussing the facets back and forth a little bit, but I think this one just in most situations just feels better. Sure, your item's not always going to be able to benefit off of it, but at some point you will get one of these items. Like once you get Shivas, and if you get any type of kills, the Shivas takes up the entire map. I think it's not 50-50, but I think it's like 60-40-ish to see which players take what, or 65-35, but most will take the Profane Potency, just because it's beneficial even for just your spells. And that's my rant for Necrophos for a moment.
Let's see how this lane continues. Hot start, obviously getting that first blood bottom lane.
And the other thing is too, I mean, I'm actually going to talk about Necrophos again, sorry.
Yeah.
Versus Pango. The fact that Pango and Bristle are exclusively physical damage, this hero has to be playable, right, Owen? Just gotta be.
DM with this. The last pick clearly agreed.
Yeah.
See if it plays out. And PARIVISION have had some great games where they've been able to snowball, and it does also add to the snowball potential, right? You've got that heal sustain that's going to be able to pump up this kind of Chen DK push.
Yeah, they like to play with PARIVISION in particular, from what I've seen, they like to get an advantage and hold on to it and rarely let it go. Sure, we saw them lose versus that Rapier comeback, but that was them making like, big slip-ups and just getting caught off guard from it versus that Magnus in particular. But yeah,
that's the thing this game as well when you look at Spirit's lineup, right? If they do fall behind, it's not like they have a carry this game that can kind of just AFK farm, and Satanic can kind of carry 1v5, right? Bristle, it's just not that style of hero.
No, I actually think PARIVISION can win early, mid, and potentially that late game. We'll see depending on team fights inside the mid game from Spirit, but this Necro pick, it's so good versus these physical cores. Yeah. If there's any game to pick it, it's got to be this one.
I was going to say, that's the thing, right? We're getting to see it here. If it doesn't do well, doesn't win, we're probably not going to see it again, right? Because this, as you said, on paper, if Necro is ever going to do good, it would be here today.
Yeah, because you literally just Ghost Shroud, get hard counters. Pango as well. And he pops Rolling Thunder, and you can just kind of stand there in a lot of different ways. So we shall see how it ends up doing. Is on the lane, it's looking good. No one in mid.
He's getting back coming in. He's got the Fairy Fire.
He gets Lotus.
He's just standing his ground and trying to get the kills himself with the help of Ducalis. Lyle and Rue, they have to be the ones to back off. They get the Vortex drag back onto Lyle. Has he got enough with the right click to get him?
Oh, the tree!
Ooh, the tree will save him.
Nice play. Drops it, blocks him with the fog.
Top lane. Satanic and Maposhka, they're going for 9 class. DM's not going to be able to help out.
Nice. That was, I mean, super heads-up play there from Laurel. He was dead if he doesn't drop that branch to give the fog. Nice play there from Ducalis. As we saw, he TP'd mid with the Healing Lotus, I believe it was, that he threw onto no one as they were getting aggressive onto him. As the runes will get double-checked, Ducalis will be able to take that one away from bottom.
Yeah, good belief in his teammates there. No one's just standing, whilst he's getting beaten down by the 2 members of Spirit, knowing that that backup would come in and allow him to have that potential to turn.
This is Ducalis' best hero. So he's very... You don't see a Chen TP very often. Not in most games, not for most teams, but Ducalis knowing that he can do that type of play. And he's got a DK in his safe lane versus the Timber, so Crystallis overall, he can do fine in this matchup. And Rue had, of course, left to go gank, so...
Yeah, Chen, as a hero, right, has had a pretty good win rate this tournament.
It's an insane hero
a lot
right
of, now. Well, maybe the majority of games, right, doesn't really get let through the drafting phase.
No. It feels like it does so much, right? It secures your safe lane in a lot of situations. It farms, it scales, we can't say it doesn't. And the auras you provide, of course, right? You give your Alpha Wolf, Cloak, Aura, Armors, etc. Once you start getting Ancients, you get max HP. So, yeah, it's very, very strong. So for Spirit, it's going to be the question of can they endure, and is the endurement going to end up working, in particular, for this Bristleback? Because he's got his real work cut out for him, because it's just a ton of damage. It's a crazy draft, and maybe also the reason that they're willing to pick this Necro, since it's not played so much, is they have a really strong 4 without it, right? They have a Storm, they have a DK, they have a Tusk. It's a strong lineup even without that Necrophos. What are you looking at?
I was just thinking how much Satanic we've had on the Bristleback.
I feel like he's more of that hard carry guy. It just doesn't... I mean, he definitely has played it, but yeah, I feel like he's more
had,
of a...
5 games at the pro level. We had one the other day. 80% win rate. So the games that they have brought it out so far in competitive, it has been good.
Yeah, and I will say also is Bristle can... He can be a super carry in a way, but versus the Necro, it can be difficult.
But indeed, they've got some answers against him. In the mid, they'll look for no one, but he's hit the 6. He's able to get away from these 2.
And he's even going to stack his camp, it looks like, while making that defensive move. Bottom rune. It'll spawn top. Maposhka will be able to secure it. So they bring the 2 supports to be able to get that and deny it away from no one. No one.
Maposhka's coming in with the wraparound. No one's got to be a bit careful with how low his mana is.
He's pushing the limits.
He's got 9 class with him. They're going to try and take down Lal. I mean, against the 3 of them, they get the cogs and pushback, but Lal, he's the one in trouble. He goes down. They won't even lose 9 class. 9 class is able to get away. Spirit, they try and make this effort with the 3 heroes around mid and against a Storm that has like no mana, but it doesn't work.
No, godly shards coming out from 9 class there completely gets the Pango stuck in no one. Taking a beating, double blood grenades to go for the kill.
They will get him.
But they might lose both.
Tower hits coming in, tag teams up, and indeed, the cleanup. Last right click. They'll get him with the snowball.
He might die for that.
He probably will, but he got a fair bit out of that with the 2 kills that he was able to clean up first before he ends up dying.
And look at Ducalis. During all this chaos, he somehow has been able to sneak his way to steal the wisdom. Oh my goodness. A very, very good start coming out here for PARIVISION, as they've done a good job to keep Crystallis at a very good spot of farm. They've shut down Malik a little bit, and the Pango now has gotten brought down. And DM is getting that farm. Ducalis likely to go down here. He's got stick. But he's stuck. And he'll lose his creeps.
Honestly. And as you know, as I do like to look, so I had to look as well at Satanic in terms of his pub games, like just in lifetime, how many Bristol games he's played. Only 35.
Yeah.
So it is not a carry he historically would usually go for, and in those games he's only out at 45% win rate. So one of the lower win rates by far on the carry heroes that Satanic, compared to the ones he regularly plays.
He's a super carry. He's like the Morphling, the Voids.
It's a very different style for him.
He's always, as far as I've seen, because he's pretty young, but yeah, Morphling, absolutely his most played that we've seen. 4-4. They're matching in terms of kills, but PARIVISION having a very good start to this game and a very fast-paced draft, and being able to get those double wisdoms means that the levels are going to be pretty solid for them. 9 class going again for Laurel.
He's going to be able to get the Rolling Thunder off.
Nice ice path.
And TP backups coming in 9 class. So we'll dodge the Rolling Thunder for now with the Snow, but in fact he's going to bring the Storm in with him. They want to go in underneath the tower. 9 class will get burst by Malik though. No one has to get away here with the Invis Rune. Four of them chasing him down. Do they have any detection laid down? They don't. In
got
fact,
mana.
they'll just break out of the invis and try and pump up the mana with the bowl so he can get away with ball lightning.
Beautiful ice path from Miposhka to
I mean, he's
stop
out
the
of
move.
mana.
He might still get got.
He's got 8-1 charges, so can go for one final little zip.
He can.
It's enough to get him out of the cogs, so no one playing very smartly with the little bit of mana that he has to get out.
Very nice ice path that came up from Miposhka to protect the Pango. If he doesn't get that ice path connection, the snowball that was going to come out from 9 class would have chain stunned and actually brought him down. So good coverage there from that.
To Carlos, turning up top of the Hellbear Smashers, ready to start to really put pressure onto this tier 1 with the help of DM.
And Satanic, though, overall, since he did die first in the top lane, his net worth is still very good. He's just backed up. He's been able to get that farm. So he's got 2 components of the Aghanims.
Has to be careful near this tower, though.
Always.
They'll bring in the rotation. Crystallis, Dragonborn's pop. They want this tower off the map. They're going to get it. Spirit, they're not going to turn up to this at all.
And DM, it has shown that he's going to go for the full vessel. I thought maybe he actually, because like, he's not finding any kills, he might go for something like the Blade Mill just in between, but just going to go for that vessel because it's such a good game for him. No one.
He's going to try and get it onto Lyle. Lyle, he's got the Rolling Thunder on cooldown for 10 seconds. He'll try and get away with the Swashbuckle, but the shards are down. He's out.
And no one again.
Just enough mana to play away. Again, just using the mana pool perfectly, no one.
Yeah.
He knows his limits perfectly.
He's abusing it, and they're going to dig, give him a Water Rune as well. 9 class, he's just going to play around no one, it feels like. They have constant kill threat with the good levels that they were able to get from the Tusk from stealing the Wisdoms. He's got the punch available so early. Miposhka.
He's got to be careful how he steps up. No one's clarity at the moment. Doesn't quite have enough mana to set up and follow up on towards the Jakiro, but they'll turn towards the clock instead. Brew tries to disrupt the Illusion Rune pickup, but no one's able to secure it. He pops it. So if he can get out of this, he's got a little bit of mana to zip away to, and he's off to the safety of Ducalis. They'll lose 9 class in the river, ends the support trade. As no one, he will escape successfully.
And 9 class is okay with that, though. That's 4 deaths for the Tusk, but he keeps giving his life to be able to ensure that no one can get this type of snowball going. 4 galvanized stacks for the Storm. And he's able to back up, finish off that stack that he had formed before, too. And he's pretty close to his Kaya already. A very good start for the Storm. And they are really shutting down Laurel, putting so much attention onto this Pangolier, because he's that one for the mid-game. He's their entire team fight, it feels like, for the side of Spirit in the mid-game.
And now with this full vessel done onto DM, you know, if he goes to one of these lanes, puts the pressure on, it becomes very risky for Spirit to turn up. Because if they start giving up kills, giving up charges to this vessel rush from DM, the PARIVISION snowball, that's when it can really begin.
Yep. Ducalis is going to have drums soon. They're going to start to put even more onto this mid tower with the catapult. Laurel will be able to clean it off. He's going to lose his creeps. He actually brought them at a weird angle there. Laurel will be able to get a nice cleanup. That means his defusal is going to be almost finished up, actually. 300 gold away from it. And they put a lot of attention onto him. He is still very far behind in this Pango, and he does have a lot of annoying things to deal with when it comes to these auras and when it comes to the Necro with the Ghost Shroud. And the shards, we always have to factor that in. Seen a lot of different players just control Pangos with shards. But all things considered, not a bad timing for the defusal. And let's see how much Miposhka can actually do as this Jakiro, as he does have the level 6 now too. Let's see if Macropyre actually does anything anymore. As PARIVISION. They want to get this vessel charge. DM looking to get involved.
9 class. Catch onto Rue. The cogs are there. They want to push on for this. They do. They'll easily get the clockwork.
That's the vessel charge. Hanging on to the Reaper for one of the big cores.
Get the pressure onto the mid as well. Here with the creeps. The hero down on Spirit. It's hard for them to turn up to defend these tier 1s.
And he is going to do the Blade Mail build that we've seen him do pretty much every single time, so no deviation.
And then I guess the question is after that, when you look at this game, do you think DM will feel that he needs to get the Yules or the Lotus for the Dispel, or can he build further auras?
I'm pretty cool with the Shivas for him, actually, I think, this game. It looks really good.
Trying to poke around with this ancient stack that Spirit have going.
Spirit does not want to give this up.
But fighting into this Necrophos can take a turn for the worse pretty quickly.
Yeah, they've got all the auras too. They've got Ducalis with the Hand of God. They're gonna secure it with literally all 5 heroes, but that's what it does require. You do not want to lose that for your Bristle. So they will at the least be able to secure that for Satanic, and he does have the Aghanims finished. So for Spirit, overall, if they can play around this Bristle, if they can try to get him some kills with this Aghanims, that's kind of their best opportune timing. But this is where the question's gonna have to be is, can they deal with the Necrophos when he looks to fight?
Punch up here in the mid.
Roll.
It's a good angle with the Rolling Thunder, but the Snowball buys time for 9 class to duke it out a little bit, and now with no one around, Lyle can't push on for the kill against the Tusk.
That's downtime, 80 seconds, there's not going to be a Rolling Thunder to fight. They're going to likely lose this tower bottom. DM setting up for the push.
Him and Ducalis can just go for this slow siege. This is super safe. Nobody wants to turn up and try and push the Necrophos away unless they bring in 3 or 4 heroes.
They're gonna bring the Jakiro.
See what they can do. Dropping the Macropire. It's a lot of damage. He's caught in the ult, but there's the heals and the Shroud coming out. He's
and
back
Malik
up to full HP, and no one. He's coming in from the side. They'll catch Rue, lay down the Scythe upon him. Vortex to drag back Meposhka. They'll get the 2 supports. It's just too tough right now.
Tough.
You try and turn up and push back these pushes that involve DM's Necrophos.
I can't believe
they're going to go wrong.
Especially without a Rolling Thunder. If you're going to set up for these type of plays without Rolling Thunder, it feels like suicide is now they can take away the Wisdom Rune. And to be honest, Malik, I feel like he's kind of lucky that he gets away. I think if immediately DM actually just turns and scythes him earlier, they'd probably just kill him and the Clockwork as well.
Yeah. I mean, DM's massive. We'll see on the replay again. They try to go on him. He just resets back up to full HP and then buys easily enough time for the rest of PARIVISION to connect and make Team Spirit really regret trying to hold on to that Tier 1 tower.
Up to a 4K lead. They're setting that pace again that they did last time. No one even gets the pull during the Timber Chain. Does he have the damage to finish him off? Not quite yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Satanic, he's still having that good farm, but the other 2 cores starting to fall massively behind. Same thing for the supports as they've shown up and died a few times. What's DM? What is he queuing up? Okay, queuing before stuff. Yeah, fine.
He gets the clock, and I mean, if anything's going to kill in this game, it's going to be getting caught in the cogs and laying down with the Jakiro combo.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So being able to break away from the Jakiro clock combo will definitely give him a crazy amount of survivability. They're going to walk into him now. Can they tackle him?
I don't think that's the target you want to go for.
They're slow him, but they don't try and throw anything else down on him.
Maybe do Compass. You get the hook shot.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that's a nice easy kill. Give it a Laurel. He might be able to clean up the creeps too. Yep, they'll be able to get majority of them there. Satanic will clean up the last one. Good kill. Laurel has Rolling Thunder as well if they want to look to play around the top side. The other thing that Spirit can actually do is sneak Roche pretty easily with a Bristle plus a Pangolier. But it would have to be pretty unexpected because PARIVISION, they've been pretty on point with most of their movements here. And Rue, I mean, you're trying to adapt to the game because there's so much healing. He's going to be going down an Earned Vessel route, it looks like, on the Clockwork. It's going to take a long time for him to get it, but he's trying to find an answer for DM as Malik.
He's got to be careful. He's sticking down to the Vessel. DM not quite able to find him with the Scythe. Didn't quite get him low enough to be feeling confident to drop that.
Gets the Arcane Rune.
They'll look for Rue instead. There's no one. He knows that Rue's already gone. He's ready to try and combo into more as he goes straight for Lal. Lal has to roll away.
Top. Crystal is.
He's going to be safe for now by the Snowball.
He's healing up as well.
Backup's on the way over. Yeah, Crystallis is going to be fine as DM's in with the heals.
And
keeping Crystallis alive. They'll get the Reaper side down on the Satanic. He's gone. Lal tries for the TP out, but the damage is done. DM gets the double. It's 4 of them dead.
And they try to go for Crystallis, but it's PARIVISION just there to react.
And now they can take the Roshan.
They can. Oh, Spirit. I mean, they tried to go for a pretty risky play there going for Crystallis, but 9 class is there for the bailout, and they've got the heal. The Hand of God comes in. Yep. He ends up being pretty safe. He's at 1,000 HP.
We'll see it again. They got close to killing him. DM by his side.
I mean, this is also the craziest thing. We've been talking so much about, you know, DM playing as Necro, the Storm having this insane game. We've been distracted. Crystallis is still insanely farmed as this DK. He's been quietly sitting on the sidelines. Level 15. He's likely to get that timing that we've been talking about multiple times with the BKB between that 15-17 minute mark. It's an 8K lead. And it really does feel like they have all the answers for this Bristleback going. He walks in, takes an immense amount of damage to the burst that they have from the magic, and then boom, the Reaper just half to 0. I
mean, how close are they to getting something to be able to remove the Vessel from people? It's just not
very close.
That's not going to come anytime soon, right?
No, he might actually have to go for it himself because the Timber's queuing a pipe. He might actually have to go for like a Lotus, which you usually don't want to see, but he might actually just have to on Satanic, as they will snipe a Courier. Meposhka does find the BKB from no one.
He won't mind too much, I guess, because he does still have the Aegis for the next 4 minutes.
And realistically also, as we've been seeing from no one, he's pushing the limits of this hero like crazy on the Storm.
High class. Shots out onto Rue. Lal's got the Rolling Thunder at the ready. Look towards them, but DM, he's just so tanky. They'll get the blade mail off. They're trying to burst through him. They can't get him, though. The Shroud's off. The heal's there. DM, he's fine for now. They want to try and move back in onto him, potentially as the Shroud comes to an end, but they can't close back in on him as no one's made the jump over towards Rue. That's the Aegis gone, but no one doesn't mind as he's going to get his mana pool reset and ready to look for more. They'll lose 9 class.
Reaper's up. He wants to find one of those big targets. No one
can get Malik. No one is going to be able to have the control to keep Malik in position. He is. They've going with the buyback. DM stepping up. Won't quite find Malik. Malik gets away with the timber chain. They just turn to Rue. He brought back straight into this. Dies immediately.
They
As a
can't
double
handle
kill
this.
for Crystalis.
DM's still alive.
I mean, and teasing them with how low he's getting. It feels like they can find him, but they just can't. They can't touch the Necrophos.
And Satanic even lucky that DM actually force-staffs himself away because he could have just turned in Reapers, but he got a little scared as... It's too much, Owen. It's too much for them to deal with. Rue buys back and dies in, like, what, 3 hits from the Dragon Knight. Look how much Crystalis was able to do because there's so much distractions. They have to deal with the Storm, they have to deal with the Necro, and Crystalis is just able to run rampant in the team fight because of it.
Moshka.
They found another one.
He's been found.
Do you just Reaper this?
You do.
It's been too long. He wants more stacks.
Yeah, get yourself a stack. I mean, you're at the point of the game where the Reaper, it's not even necessary to get the bigger kills, as we're seeing in these team fights, so no need to save it.
This game plan is beautiful, and it's a treat to see that we're getting a little bit of
a new hero.
Yeah.
And it's good.
It's very good.
A far cry from kind of the Terrorblade offlane we saw earlier today. Sometimes we see new heroes in the offlane. It's awful. Sometimes we see new heroes in the offlane. It's fantastic.
And mid Laurel again getting found. Regen still running. No one. Might even continue. DM is in the area to go for this kill. Malik, he's in trouble.
They're just running them over now.
Yeah, they're getting destroyed. DM. It looks very good in this game. Versus Pango Bristle, we could even see more of this hero. There's definitely a chance of if it gets left into the last pick when there's like literally no magic damage to deal with him.
It depends on the team big time though, right?
Sure.
Because not every team has a kind of a Necro player. Again, DM, he's got nearly 300 games on the hero, so I'd class that as a bit of a specialist.
But I will say, though, if people start looking at this and you start seeing the capabilities of it...
they're like, maybe we should start playing this.
Yeah, you're like, wait, Pango.
Practicing.
It's like Pango and Bristol. They're 2 of the most popular heroes currently in the meta. Even Dragon Knight, too. It's massive physical damage, high tanky heroes. That's where Necro can thrive, so... I think maybe DM's onto something here. Satanic getting caught again. Vessel's out.
They're going to try and throw everything into this fight, but Satanic, he's just dying to the Vessel damage. He's gone.
They'll get DM.
But can they get anything more? No one's diving the tier 2. He's going straight from Maposhka underneath the tower. Crystalis is pushing on. They'll kill Maposhka off. The shield crashes there, but they've got the Vortex control, and Crystalis, he's cleaning up with the damage. At this point, it doesn't matter if they kill DM. There's so many more problems for them. They're having to use the buybacks. Double buyback coming in from Satanic and Maposhka.
They might have
Crystalis.
He may have pushed a little too far there.
They'll get him, but again,
the buyback from
has
Satanic.
to be the 2 buybacks. And indeed, one of them being the big one from the Bristle.
PARIVISION will take that all day. Sure, you lose 2 of your... I mean, maybe not losing DK necessarily, but you'll take it for the buyback for a Satanic at this point in the game. And Ducalis even denying out the Wisdom Rune with his creeps on the right side there, so they won't even get that jolt of XP. Yeah, PARIVISION, they're just snowballing out of control. And just, you can see how strong this group up draft is. Rallied around that Necrophos.
And the thing is as well, they do kill DM there, but... It was in a situation where a lot of his gold is kind of up in the air because he had a full veil on the courier that died, so that's out of the game. Next time around when the courier respawns, he's pretty much going to have the money, or very close to getting a complete Shiva's Guard added to his repertoire for the next team fight.
And that's devastating. I want to see how big the Shiva's gets too, because he's getting kills. He's getting a lot of stuff in these fights, so it gets massive.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we have to mention for no one how much he's been pushing the limits as this hero on the Storm. He is owning. He's super farmed. Finds himself another regen rune.
Yep.
22 galvanized stacks. It's 22 minutes in. He's matching the timer.
No, you don't see that a lot.
No. And there, yeah.
And we see a lot of Storm.
We do. They're just, it's too much for them to deal with really at this point. The 3 cores, they can kill 1. They have to use a buyback because they overcommit for a second, but killing all 3 is just, they do not have the damage. They do not have the answers for it at this point.
And they don't have Satanic on one of his kind of 1v5 cores that can kind of farm up and look for a turnaround comeback fight.
I mean, no one's doing this on his own.
I mean, indeed, this is when things are getting really concerning. A TP will be coming over as well to help finish off the job. 9 class takes the kill. Satanic, he's gone for 70 seconds. He pulled back previously.
No, it's not done.
He's out of the game for good.
He's got a regen. He's going to keep it going. And they finish off Malik. They've got the punch. They have more than enough.
Misses the second timber chain as well. There's no escape.
This game, it feels done and dusted. No Bristle, 55 seconds. They can go to high ground. 9 class with a big smile on his face.
PARIVISION. They do this pretty much in all their games in terms of the early game speed, right? These guys, they crush their lanes, they take over the game. Sometimes they slip up. Very rarely, though. This game, it's just in full force, and there is no sign of Spirit being able to stop this.
No, there's pretty much 0 mistakes that are coming out from them. And you know what it's kind of reminding me of? The Liquid in the gaming of when they were the ones kind of dictating pace and never letting go of it, where it's like 20 minutes, that death pulse coming in. I've seen this now from PARIVISION.
Yep.
So many of their games.
No, it's good to see. It's just high-octane gaming, and it's not the kind of team that's going to be like, well, Roshan's up in a minute, let's back off.
No,
they're not going to do any of that. They just go all in.
Yep, they're going to look to get at least a 2 racks advantage off of this one here, as they do still have creeps coming in, but they're going to back up. Heroes are respawning, at least the Bristle in particular. 18,000 lead. And now they've already got the Silver Edge too.
Early.
Break. This is...
It's so hard for Satanic to carry against this, if not impossible.
Crystallis is just so farmed. As we said, there's been a distraction in the entire game because they have to deal with so much from the Storm Spirit, the Tusk, the Necro, as Crystallis is just a total beast in this game, and the Shivas, it's now done. So even more heal negation, even more answers for this Bristle back in Timber. As soon Ducalis, I wanted to mention him too because I think this is a hero you probably don't want to be giving PARIVISION a lot of times. His Chen, he is soon to surpass Laurel's net worth too. They just play so well around it. Just that death ball kind of push strategy, the auras that they can provide.
Yeah, I mean, when we've seen the way that PARIVISION play, the Necrophos, it makes sense to the style.
It fits their style too, yeah.
It really does.
It really does.
A little something extra.
Yep, very true, Pango. A little something extra, getting those bounties, a very little something.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tier 2's gone.
Dire's top
They probably just
tower
keep, I feel like they can just keep going.
They
I feel like they can just push top if they would like to. The Roche,
It's going to move over
can
to
scout
this
it.
side, so I guess they'll...
but it's a long spawn.
Ah, that's true, actually. Yeah, nearly 2 minutes still.
So I think you check it, and I think maybe you can start poking. Or you go hunting, as it looks like it's going to be the hunt instead. No one wants to find a target. Won't be able to find it. Nice Spirit. They're all dispersed all over the place, just trying to find any extra farm.
He can do the solo, can't he? Oh, okay. For the TP. Gonna have the answer for that one. No detection around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane pushed in. Oh, Satanic. Will he push forward for another camp? This could be a dangerous position. He knows better. He backs away. Spirit Vessel, so they finally have a solution. A slight. I mean, it's very minor, but some extra damage that they need in this game to be able to deal with the Necrophos and the DK. And oh my goodness, did I just see that?
Yeah, he's ready to start kicking people.
The Ags already? Oh, goodness. Well, you weren't able to run from him before. Good luck now. I mean, he can either boot someone in, or he can even just, when Pango tries to roll in, you just kick the Pango away, too. It's one of the funnier interactions. He doesn't have cast range, though, so it will be a little harder to do that versus the Pango. But they're smoked. Looking for a catch. The creep, it's already positioned inside the Roche pit. Looking for a catch outside before they go for that Roche. They'll find Laurel. Quick and easy kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice, storm damage is so busted with this shard. I mean, we'll keep mentioning the bug, of course. The double damage is coming in, as it really does matter how much no one can do with it, too. But he's really pushed the limits as this hero.
Taking the kickback.
Satanic.
The catch is there, straight away onto the Bristle. Satanic's out, no buyback.
And that's likely the game. They got a buyback on Laurel, but 50 seconds without Satanic. That was a bristleback, by the way. Didn't look like it, but another kickback.
They're just getting it easy here with 9 class making these sort of jumps. They'll roll forward here with Lal. They try and make something happen on this defense, but they're pushing. Crystallis laying down the damage. Double kill for him. Root to fall. They can take out the Timber as well. It's a team wipe. It's game over, and it's their series. PARIVISION, they take it 2-0 today.
And it's style, and their type of style especially, with this Necro pick. It looked good on paper, and it delivered in the game as well, too.